motivating and encouraging me to present this book for you. The book which I have chosen to review is The Alchemist, and it is written by Paulo Coelho, who is a renowned Brazilian author. And the book was originally written in Portuguese, and later it was translated into different languages worldwide, and about 65 million copies of this book were sold across the globe. Now let's move on to the story. There lived a young shepherd whose name is Santiago. He, along with his herd, arrived in an abandoned church. They decided to stay in the church that particular night. He was looking around the church, and it was an abandoned one. The roofs were falling, and there was a sycamore. Sycamore means a tree that was growing in the center of the church. That night he had a recurring dream. He had this dream a week ago also. But before it ended, he always used to wake up. This time also, before the dream was ended, he wakes up. The next day he was heading towards a village where he met a merchant's daughter, and that was the time he decided that he should settle in a place. Actually, he was about to become a priest, but due to the passion of traveling, he told his father that I want to travel. And his father said, only the rich ones used to travel, and the one among us who can travel is only the shepherd. Because of that, he decided to become a shepherd. And he used to travel with his flock of sheep along the countryside of Andalusia. So on the way to the village, there was a woman who could interpret his dream. He told about his dream that a child came and took him to the pyramids of Egypt, and the child told him that you will find a hidden treasure here, but before revealing the exact location, he always wakes up from the dream. So the woman said, okay, promise me, I'll interpret this dream to you, but promise me that you'll give 1/10 of the treasure. Santiago fully agreed to it because he's not going to lose anything right now, only unless he finds the treasure. The woman said, you have to go to the pyramids of Egypt to find the hidden treasure. Santiago was absolutely annoyed because he doesn't want anyone to interpret what he already knew. Then he left that place and he was sitting in a plaza and was reading a book. He's actually a good reader. He carries a book wherever he goes. An old man appeared and he was sitting near him, and he was trying to give a conversation with Santiago. The old man said that this book which you are reading is a very important book, but this book contains the world's greatest lie. Santiago asked, what is that world's greatest lie? The old man said, at some point, we may lose the control of our life, and the life is controlled by the fate. This is the world's greatest lie. Santiago was surprised, and the old man said, I am Melchizedek, the king of Saleh. He introduced himself, the old man. Then Santiago said, how come a king is talking to a shepherd like me? Then the old man said, I used to appear in front of people who were about to realize their destiny, or who were about to give up their destiny, and you are in a position to give up your destiny, so I have appeared in front of you. And the old man also said, you promised me that you will give 1/10 of your sheep, then I will help you to find the treasure. Then Santiago thought, okay, this old man might be a husband of that old woman, so they are tricking to steal something from Santiago. But the old man told few things which are known and unknown facts about Santiago that made him convinced. So the next day he brought 6 sheep to the old man and said, the remaining sheep are sold to a friend who is a passionate shepherd. And the old man said, this is called as beginner's luck. Because the universe will help the one, will give immediate success in initial stages only when it is a kind of encouragement for a person to pursue their dreams. And also the old man gave 2 stones to Santiago. One is Urim and Thummim, which is black and white. In order to make any decisions, you can make use of the stone, but don't always rely on the stone. And Santiago left that place, and he arrived at Morocco in Africa in order to go to Egypt. There, he was robbed by a person whom he thought as his friend. He was completely broke down. At that time, he suddenly saw these stones, and he asked the stones, is the old man's blessings out with me? And the answer was yes. Then again he asked, should I go pursue my dream? Should I go for the treasure? The stones fell down, and he understood it is a kind of omen. And one more thing, the old man said, you have to follow your omen so that you'll be able to find your treasure. Then Santiago thought, okay, I should not rely on these two. I should make my decisions on my own. Then he was wandering all around the marketplace of Taruka, and he was climbing, there was a hill, and he climbed over the hill. There was a merchant who was selling crystals. He was starving, so that he went and asked the merchant, I'll clean all the crystals, will you give food in exchange of that? The merchant agreed to it and also offered a job to Santiago. Santiago started working there, and that was an old shop. It was about 30 years old, and there is no progress in the business. And Santiago was totally, he was broken down because working in that job will not give that much of money, and even if you want to buy some sheep and to become a shepherd, it will take a long years. Suddenly he gets an idea that if he plays a display of crystals, it will attract more customers. When he said this idea to the merchant resisted it because the merchant doesn't like any changes in his life. He said that he is an observant Muslim and he has a dream on going on pilgrimage to Mecca, but he doesn't want to fulfill it because he always thinks that if some dream gets fulfilled, he will have nothing to look forward in the future. So he only on the dreams doesn't want to fulfill it. But anyway, he agrees to Santiago and he plays a display of crystals. This attracted more customers and many of them came and the business was going in a good way. And Santiago learned about the omens and he saw some people climbing up the cliff and he felt that if they provide something, it will be refreshing for the people. So again, he went with an idea that if we sell tea in crystals, it will attract more and more customers, which will be good for the business. Anyway, the merchant doesn't like it, but he didn't resist this time, and he thought, okay, the arrival of Santiago is both a blessing as well as a curse. Because if we know one's true potential, and if we are unable to go for the potential because we are unable to come out of our comfort zone, or if we are not willing to change ourselves, that realization of our inner potential will make us restless and guilt. So that is what happening for the old man. But anyway, he agreed to Santiago and started selling tea in the crystals, which attracted more and more customers. And Santiago earned so much of money, and he is now ready to buy so many ships and therefore. Now he got to leave that place. While packing things, he suddenly saw that two stones which the old man knew. Actually, he was not very happy with the decision to going back and buy the ships. But after seeing the stones, he realized, okay, I can become a shepherd anytime. I can work in the crystal merchant's shop anytime. But I think this is a time to pursue my dream. I should go find my treasure. And that made him tremendously happy. And he started moving to the desert. He started looking for a caravan. Caravan is something, a group of people or animals, they go together to cross a desert. So he was looking for a caravan. There he met an Englishman. He is also moving towards the desert. He wants to learn about the universal language, and that for that, alchemist only can help him to learn that. Then he bought a camel to travel along the desert, and he became friend with the camel driver. He also learned few things from the camel driver too. The camel driver was a farmer actually, and due to flood, he lost all his properties. And he said, the person will fear to lose, but once everybody in the world will have fear of losing what they have. But this fear fades only when we understand that our lives are written by the same hand that created the world. And he said, you have to live in the present so that you'll be very happy. Likewise, this is what the lesson that learned by the Santiago from the camel man. Likewise, they were traveling on the desert. That time, Englishman also was having a conversation with Santiago. He told about the common principles of alchemy, then universal language, soul of the world, then master works. These are some books regarding the alchemy. Okay, in the master's book, they will tell you something about the emerald stone. In that, philosopher's stone, elixir of life. These are the things that are included in the alchemy. Philosopher's stone is nothing. It could change any metal into gold. Elixir of light is something that prevents aging. All these details, all these content will be given in that book. And Santiago was reading all these things. Then they left in the oasis. Actually, a tribal war was going, so that they thought to stay in the oasis, and the name of the oasis, Al-Fayoum. So, Englishmen knew that the alchemist is living in this oasis, and the oasis was in the size of a large city, and the inhabitants, the most of the population were women and children. Then they are not supposed to have any arms in the oasis, it is in neutral territory. Then Santiago thought to help the Englishman to find the alchemist. So he saw a woman coming to fetch water from the well. He went forward to the women and asked, "Can you tell who is the alchemist? Do you know where the alchemist is living here?" And the lady said, "You're not supposed to talk to everyone you see here. The women who have covered their face are the married women, and I'm unaware about the word alchemist also." Then he left. Then another woman came, but she uncovered her face. So he knows that is not a married woman, and he then asked her, "Do you know someone who could cure all the illness?" Suddenly, when looking at her, he realized that universal language is love, and he also realized the soul of the world and understood that she is the love of his life. And her name is Fatima. She also realized the soul of the world, realizing that he will be the love of his life. So suddenly this Englishman interrupted them and asked, "Who is someone who could cure all the illness?" And the women said, she pointed out to a direction and said, "You can go find her there. He does all the greatest of all great things. You can go find him there." The Englishman left, and Santiago was sitting there thinking about Fatima. Daily these both used to meet, and Santiago shared all the stories about him. He came here in search of treasure because of the dream. Then he was a shepherd, he was a crystal seller, all these things he was telling. And Fatima learned so many things from Santiago, like omens, soul of the world, universal language, everything he learned from Santiago. And she said, "You should go for your trip. And if you are meant to be together, you will definitely come back, and I'll wait for you." So it went that way. And after speaking, he was sitting in the desert looking at the beauty of the desert. It had few trees over there in the oasis. He was looking at that. Then suddenly he saw two hawks flying, and one hawk attacked another hawk. Suddenly he got a vision that this oasis will be attacked by the tribal force, some kind of army. Actually, this oasis is neutral territory, and we are not supposed to attack this oasis. But he had a vision that it is going to get attacked. He suddenly rushed to the camel driver to say that he had a vision of this. The camel driver suggested him to meet the tribal side of the oasis. On meeting the tribal head, the tribal head said the inhabitants should carry arms to defend themselves if any attack comes. And also said, if this warning is true, you will be rewarded, and if this warning is not true, you will be killed. Santiago was upset with us, and he came out, and suddenly when he was coming out, he saw a wind and a thunderstorm sound, and when the dust settled, he saw a man on the horseback and with black dress. And what to say? He said, he actually confronts Santiago, and Santiago was sure that he's going to be killed, and he was not afraid of that. And once the stranger realized that Santiago was not afraid to be died, the stranger said, "Okay, the courage is a very essential thing to learn the soul of the world, and he is an alchemist." That was being revealed in that moment. So then he said, "If you are alive tomorrow, you should come see for me." So the next day, the prophecy of Santiago was fulfilled, and the oasis was attacked by the tribal men. Since these inhabitants were very ready to defend these attacks, somehow they won, and Santiago was rewarded as per the tribal men promise. He was rewarded nearly 50 gold pieces. Then he went to alchemist, as he told he should meet him in the next event. So he went to the alchemist, and the alchemist says, "You have to find a life in the desert." Then Santiago thought, "Okay, I'll go on the way as a horse leads." The horse went and found the treasure and I will help you how to cross this desert. But Santiago was actually not willing to leave this oasis because of Fatima. But Alchemist said, okay, no problem. If you will miss this opportunity, you will be really hunted, and losing this opportunity to find the treasure. But so because of that, Santiago leaves with Alchemist, and on the way, the Alchemist explains everything about the Emperor Stone. In that only the philosopher, I told you, right? Philosopher's Stone, Elixir of Life, all these things are written in simple form. And he said that people always go for the complex things. They opt only the complex things rather than the simple ones. You have to follow and listen to your heart because it is directly connected to the soul of the world. Because of that, Santiago started listening to his heart, and he understood that his heart changes, contradicts, and he understood that people are also not going to pursue their dreams because they have the fear of losing something or fear of not getting succeeded. Then, as they were passing, suddenly they were being presented by another group of tribesmen. Now, the alchemist told the tribesman head that Santiago is the alchemist and he can convert himself into a wind. Santiago doesn't know what he was saying and he doesn't know how to turn himself into wind. But alchemist promised the tribal chieftain that within 3 days, if he doesn't turn himself into a wind, he can kill us. The chieftain agreed and they went. First 2 days, it went, and when Santiago asked the alchemist, how can I turn myself into wind? I have no idea about it. Then the alchemist told, the one who is going behind their dreams will have all the tools so that he can succeed it, and only the thing which holds him back is a fear of failure. The third day, he climbed on the cliff and he asked the desert, wind, sun to turn himself into wind. They told, how can I turn you into wind? But the sun suggested Santiago to ask directly to the soul of God. Then he realized that soul of God is actually a part of him, that the soul of world is wholly connected. He has the ability to perform miracles and he himself turned into a wind. Through witnessing this, the tribal chieftain was really, he was witnessing the glory of God, and the alchemist was happy seeing an ideal student. Then they both left that place for the honor of God. Then they reached a Coptic monastery where a monk welcomed this alchemist in a very fresh form. Then the alchemist took out the philosopher's stone and he converted lead into gold and gave a quarter to the monk for his hospitality, a quarter to Santiago, a quarter he kept for himself, and another quarter again he gave it to the monk, said if Santiago requests this in the future, he can give it to him. They left that place and the alchemist said, it is only 3 hours from here to the pyramids. You can listen your heart, you will find the treasure there. So Santiago was going alone by listening his heart. His heart told, wherever you find a place, you will find a place where you will be brought to tears. That place is the place where you will find the treasure. So as he was going, at the dunes he saw the pyramids of Egypt. He knelt down and he started crying, thanking God for making him to come all these ways. And his heart told, dig the place where your tears are falling. He started digging and suddenly a group came and attacked Santiago. And the group thought that Santiago has some gold in her. Actually, alchemist gave a little bit of gold. He took that and Santiago told, I don't have anything else. I'm here for the treasure because I had a dream, and he was saying all these stories. And from that, one man said, even I had a dream like this 2 years ago. In that dream, in an abandoned church where the sycamore tree was growing, deep into the roots there was a treasure. And that group of people, they left. Santiago started laughing out loud because that was the actual place where the story began. He went there, he digged through the grounds, and he got the treasure. And he got the wind with the feminine smell of scent of perfume, and he smiled and said, I'm coming, Fatima. This is how the story ends. Here, a person is going to pursue his dream. He's not only getting a treasure, he's getting his true self, his true love, everything. And the most important line and the most favorite line for me in this book is, when you want something, when you really want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. That is the most important and often repeated line and my favorite line. So this is all about The Alchemist, and I thank each one of you for lending me yours. Thank you and have a very dreamy day ahead.